Hi there, good day. My name's Sarah Gallen. I am the General Manager of Brand, Campaigns and Media for Tourism Australia. And in essence, my team at Tourism Australia sort of leads the paid storytelling of Australia. My current role at Tourism Australia is definitely a career highlight. I stepped up to this role at the start of the pandemic, and like all of us, there's been a fair few twists and turns, but here's a few reasons why I absolutely love it. I think one, it's allowed me to contribute to the tourism recovery, and the tourism industry is a really important part of Australia's overall recovery. So on the lead up to the pandemic, tourism was Australia's second largest export. 1 in 13 jobs were tourism related, and the industry was made up of 350,000 largely small businesses. So I think those mama and papa style ones. So like a really sort of big opportunity to contribute. And second is sort of working in a great environment with the best people. So having the business seeing creativity and innovation as a driver for growth is a huge enabler. So we have to still prove everything out, but the baseline is there. So it really breeds the right culture and something that drives me and the team as a whole. And I think it's really sort of the media agency world that started me with my sort of appetite to say yes to things. And I guess I encourage everyone to say yes. And that's the reason why I've got my job today. I said yes to working at different parts of the agencies, so strategy to client service, yes to different types of brands, different verticals, yes to living in different countries with different media agencies, and then eventually yes to moving client side to work as a media specialist at Tourism Australia. And it's when I came to Tourism Australia, I really sort of loved how the marketing team and all the disciplines came behind different problems. And honestly, I just started putting my hand up to be involved in different parts outside of media, different parts of the business, different sort of areas. And I guess it was that sort of encouraged my sort of learning, my development, broadening my capabilities. And that's eventually how I was sort of asked to step up into this role. And what I've realised is having a different background and a different perspective is a really good thing. And I'm really lucky that I have the most talented team to work with every day. So what are the challenges that we're facing and how we're responding? I guess when we reintroduced Australia to the world after being shut for 2 years, we faced two key challenges, but they actually still remain today. So one was a world with fewer travellers. So there's less desire for out-of-region international travel. Australia's always sort of faced these barriers of time, distance and cost, but obviously with sort of a global cost of living pressure, it means these cost sensitivities continue to be greater in the short term, and it's keeping travellers cautious and close to home. And secondly is a moment of fierce competition. Our category's always been competitive, like most other categories, but I think if the pandemic did anything, it really woke up countries around the world to the value of tourism. So global media spending is significantly up for the category. And as international travel started to return, we saw competitor destinations look to reinvigorate their brands. They've been super ambitious creatively. They've had great attention-grabbing work, a lot fueled by celebrity power. So they're the two big challenges. And I guess from a Tourism Australia point of view, how we're responding, we've really sort of made sure that we've got our strategic rigor as solid as possible. We've tried to make sure we've had the most effective marketing to make the most of our budgets and our investments. So what we've been doing is doubling down on data and research to create that solid foundation for our biggest and most meaningful work. And what it's meant for us, and I guess how we're responding, is we've become laser focused on winning and consideration. So this process is ongoing for us. We want to continuously learn, but I guess that's one of the biggest changes and biggest responses that we've been sort of facing and sort of pivoting around. So when we are sort of celebrating wins, we're making sure that everyone celebrates together. So it's the whole team or it's the whole organisation, because everyone contributes in some way to some of our successes that we're delivering. So the campaign I'm most proud of in the past 12 months and what went into achieving it is probably our recent global campaign, Come and Say G'day. So look, when faced with the biggest challenge in history for tourism in Australia, reopening the country after being closed for a couple of years and, closed longer than most of our competitors. We really took lessons from Paul Hogan from the 80s and some of the tourism and destination marketing that sort of he did with us. And what we've done is sort of layer that with what makes a distinctive and impactful campaign today. So, of course, we made sure we had a tight brief. We invested time into research and into strategy. But what we knew we needed was a combination of fresh, of familiar, of being creatively obvious, occasionally unexpected, and thoroughly entertaining to make the campaign effective. So where we landed, which some of you guys may have seen, is that time-honoured approach of a warm Aussie welcome. So we did pioneer, some say, destination marketing with that Paul Hogan work. And Paul, I guess, really knew how to entice people to visit Australia. And I really love that he used to say, if I go to your house to visit and I want to come back, it's because I enjoyed your company, not the furniture.